Hey guys, welcome back to Airsoft in Japan. I'm Maydaysan and I'm leaving Japan. So that means this is the end of Maydaysan Airsoft as you know it. We won't actually be in here anymore making videos in Japan for the foreseeable future. Now, this video is going to be split up into talking about the future and the past. So the future part starts now, and the past I'll probably put a little chapter on there and we'll go from there. So, what happened? Why? Why am I leaving Japan? Well, I'm not Japanese. I'm Canadian. I'm getting my coffee, for example. And I've been living in Japan for the past 7 years, and I've started Airsoft, and I played Airsoft here for the first time for the past 3 years. And yeah, this is not my home, and it never will be my home, unfortunately. So it's time to go home, back to Canada, Toronto area, Canada. And it was a hard choice to make. It really was. There's a lot that I've built in this country for the past 7 years, and it's things happen, things change, and it's time to just close this chapter of my life and create a new one on all aspects, not just Maydaysan Airsoft, but also Maydaysan, my job, my career, my family, my friends, everything. Everything is going through change, and I need to do what I got to do. And at the end of the day, it's just a game. I thought that Airsoft would be the only thing kind of keeping me here, but honestly, I can't be bothered. It's just like I don't even really feel the need to go play it. It really just kind of became a job for me ish. But it was fun. I still enjoy it when I do play it, but it's like whatever. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out how it'll work. The unfortunate part is that Airsoft in Canada is really up in the air. There's not even siege Airsoft I can just go to. I have to like drive out super far to go and play somewhere. Airsoft might get banned because of C21. There might be, I might not even be able to get anything anymore. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. If anyone in Canada knows the situation, when I get there, May 31st, well, I'll be back in June basically, at the time of this recording, so June 2023. Let me know what's going on over there, if I could still even continue it. If I could, that'd be perfect, because it wouldn't even matter. The only unfortunate part is, if it does still continue, I can't bring any of these, because they're mostly Tokimaruis, and I can't be bothered to change the springs and upgrade them, because that'll cost me more. And right now, I need to get as much capital as I can to leave this place and start a new life in Canada, so I'm not keeping any of it. I also have my real steel optics. I know it's probably okay to bring them, but I just don't want to go through the entire hassle of going through customs and all that stuff, so I'm just going to be doing that. It's cheaper to buy them overseas over there anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. They are only really a premium here, but yeah, so all of these Airsoft toys are going to have to go. So a little unfortunate, a little sad, and during the past section of this video, we'll be going through some of them and talking about some of the important memories I've had with those things. But yeah, future-wise, gameplay videos for the next 2 or 3, 4 months probably, depending how much I actually want to put out. There'll be Airsoft in Japan videos. It'll be weird because I won't even be there. I'll be making commentaries and doing stuff from Canada, and then the videos will still be about Japan, because I have literally terabytes of content still on this hard drive, and there's a lot to go through. So it'll be fine. It'll be fine, hopefully. I just have to just kind of get through it. In terms of product reviews, I only have a few on my hard drive I haven't done yet. But they're old, and I can't be bothered to make new videos for this one because I'm just not in the mood for it, and I have older videos on them. It's whatever. And so those will eventually stop a lot sooner than the gameplays will. The shorts will probably stop too, because I won't even have an Airsoft toy to manipulate. So I don't know. It's really just an unknown, and it's scary, and it's also very exciting at the same time. So, yeah. product videos might not happen anymore. But the good news is that I'll be closer to America. So it's always been a struggle to kind of get sponsors and people sending me products and companies sending me products because I was in Japan, and it's one, that's very niche. Two, it's very far. Three, there's a lot of restrictions. I remember I couldn't even get an optic into the country because it was rated for real steel. But in Canada, maybe it'll be better. I don't know. C21 again. So if there's any sponsors out there that want to sponsor me, I guess I'm more available now because I'll be in Canada. The next thing would be a really exciting potential part about this is that I'll be closer to America, obviously. And that means I might be able to actually go and shoot a real gun. So that'll be really cool. I'll be able to go play Airsoft in America once I get enough money to actually go and do those things. I'll be able to work with companies in America. Maybe I'll get to actually go to SHOT Show. There'll be so much potential for this channel to become not Maydaysan Airsoft, but Maydaysan Tactical maybe. Because I would love to just get into real firearms. Unfortunately, Bill C21 can't do it in Canada. It kind of sucks. If we sell AR-15s there, I would have done it, man, or even a Glock. Something would have been cool to just kind of make educational content on that. But you know, the sky's the limit now because I'll be closer to the States, and there's so much more things we could kind of do there. But I don't know when that'll happen, if that will happen. But it's more reality now than it ever was in Japan. So I'm excited for that part. So who knows? Maydaysan Tactical might be a thing. Yeah. The future is looking bright and dark at the same time. I think it's a matter of maturing. It's a matter of just acceptance of the realities and just playing with the hand that you're dealt, or changing the hand that you're dealt. There aren't a lot of cards for me to play here in Japan, but there are so much more. I have a whole deck in Canada because I'm a freaking citizen. So, yeah, that'll be the future of that. So, shorts will change. Product videos will change. Any conceptual narration videos might still continue, maybe Airsoftology styles, but the gameplays will eventually come to an end in Japan, depending on how much that is. And yeah, we'll see. Anyway, let's move on to the second part of this video now, which is the past part. This is going to be sentimental. And I just kind of want to go through some of these, not all of them. I have a lot of them. There's a lot of them I don't really care about, but there are a lot that I do care about. And I guess it makes the most sense to start with this one, which is my MCX. This thing jump-started my airsoft career professionally, I suppose. Got me to meet industry people, got me to the Crytek owners meeting, helped me build a relationship with Lilacs, and I've always tried to get rid of this thing, but I've ended up keeping it because it's so cool. It's just such a cool little thing. And yeah, the story with this is I got it on sale, and then I upgraded it, and then the barrel nut that holds the outer barrel stripped, and you can't really get the replacement parts for it. So then it was like screwed up. I reached out to Lilacs, and they helped me, and they got me a new barrel nut, and they invented the new supported barrel nut because of that incident. And one of my friends that I met through there reached out to me, and every day we were talking, just as friends, talking about guns, and he just happened to work at Lilacs too, so it ended up just working out, and one thing led to another. Next thing you know, I'm at the Crytek meeting. Next thing you know, I'm sponsoring Lilacs products. Next thing you know, we're doing a whole bunch of things. We get to meet Mark from freaking Red Wolf, or he was Red Wolf, now he's at Lilacs. You got to meet so many industry people, got to meet the guys at Chris, you know, it was, and all these influencers, and it was all because of this thing. And this thing really changed my life. It really did. And I know I could change out the spring. I know I could change out the spring and bring it to Canada, but I don't want to go through that. I'd rather just, if I could, I'd rather just get one in Canada. You were too cool to get rid of, huh? Too special to me. Clean house look, Rattler kit, really cool. And I love that it's modular. Oh, baby. Goodbye, sir. What else? What a shame. My AKM, I never got to use it as much as I could. By the time I leave here on June 1st, May 31st, whatever, it won't be hot enough to use this thing, maybe. So, kind of sucks. Devil 6, great little company based in Okinawa, sent me so many parts for this thing, and I wanted to use it so much more than I could have, but I was too addicted to the NGRS guns. And this handguard is so good. The buffer adapter is so good. The side mount is so good, and everything just runs really well on this thing. But unfortunately, we won't be able to make any content on it moving forward, so. Ah, man. Cool. Gas Ballback AKM by Tokyo Marui. Mark 18. This is my first foray into gas bullbacks, really. Sold my carbine, got this instead. Was definitely the right choice. Has a Gucci handguard. Really, really nice performance. And yeah. Played a lot of CQB with this thing. It's been really great, and I designed it after the Modern Warfare 2019 M4. It's been through a lot. The hop was broken once. The upper receiver warped. I got it all replaced by Marui because they're so accessible here, but yeah. Gotta miss that guy. What else? The Vector. Pretty cool thing. Don't really feel particular attachment to it, but what else here? My 416. This is, if I had to have one gun, and if I ever came back to Japan or whatever, or had the opportunity, I would just get another NGRS 416. If I had the opportunity in Canada, I'd get it again, and I would just upgrade it fully and just make it lit. This would be my one-stop thing. Super cool handguard, very short, recoil, bolt stop, tighten inside of this thing. I bought this thing like 3 times. 3 times. The 3rd time I got it. I got the Dev Gru, then I got this, then I sold this, then I got this again. But I upgraded it this time. Man. Love this thing. This will probably be one of the last ones I hold on to until it's time to go. Oh, man. It just feels so good. EPM mags. Really nice charging handle. Oh, man. .416. You know what I'm gonna miss? Gonna miss this AK Storm as well. Didn't really use it as much as I wanted to because I don't really like the performance of it because of that trigger pull. And the lockups are quite a bit on this thing. Can't really upgrade it without losing the bolt stop, but it was always cool to have this. A nice AK that was functional, bolt stop, recoil. Love this thing. And it looks so cool. Look at it. Such a cool little gun. It's so beat up. I've thrown this thing around and it's such a beast. Goodbye, sir. Probably one of the easier ones to part ways with. This is going to be a shame. The 89. I was planning this whole year to make content with this thing and kind of give you guys exclusive stuff, but I've only used it once, and it won't be warm enough to use before I leave. So, who knows? Maybe we will be able to use it one last time. Gonna have to play a lot of Airsoft though, but I gotta kind of sort out my wares and see how it goes from there. But if I don't, I don't. We have some content on it anyway, so yeah. Overall though, the thing's pretty mid. It's definitely a collector's item. Not something I would want to skirmish with. Huh, look at this guy. My Tavor. I got this upgraded. My boy Tony did it for me. and I still have never used it. So I'm probably going to try and use this thing before I go. It's upgraded, can run on 11s, and it was going to be my video talking about bullpups and how they're bad or how they're good and how I feel about actually using an actual traditional style bullpup. Really cool. Such a cool little thing. S&T. Pretty janky though. I was also too scared to use it because I just couldn't rely on it. So, we'll see. Maybe I can use it. If I don't, whatever. Here's another cool one, the G36. Actually, I think I'll be using this next weekend, to be honest with you. I'm going to be playing some Airsoft before I go. So, G36, recoil system. Hoping to actually use this thing before I leave. It's going to be cool. One of my greatest review videos ever is on this thing, and that should be coming up pretty soon. Now that the time is ticking. It's funny because I just got new magazines for this thing. So, yeah. Okay, here it is. This is going to be the hardest one. My MP5A5. My dream gun. The only MP5 you can slap. The only MP5 with recoil that doesn't destroy itself. 3-round burst, ETU. Has a little thing on top, cool flashlight handguard. Realistic weight, very good build quality. It would either be this or the 416 that I would get again. I love my MP5. And it's a shame. But I use it a lot. It sucks in the winter, but I use this a lot. Man, I'm going to miss this guy the most. You know, my very first Airsoft gun was a MP5A5. I bought it like the equivalent to a Walmart here. It was meant for like 10-year-olds. And that's how I started Airsoft. And then it broke, and then I got an MP5K. But the MP5, the beginning and end of a journey. Maybe this will be the last one I used for my last game of Airsoft, and then I'll go from there. But, oh man. Gonna miss this guy. Okay. Oh yeah. Also that URGI up here too. It was my first, the first upgraded NGRS gun I did. Built it with my boy Tony. I remember I was cutting out the gearbox myself for that wire. We changed the motor out, had a bent buffer tube, spent a lot of time on that. It's very, very rough. It's very, very weathered. It's been through a lot. And it was such a cool little thing. It has a nice LPVO on it too, so that's pretty cool. Anyway. Ooh. Last thing, guys, I want to thank all of you for your support and just being a fan of the channel. This channel was never meant to be anything. It was just a side channel for me where I worked on Maydaysan in Japan, and eventually we got 100,000 subscribers. The freaking polls, man. The polls, the shorts, the gaming content, everything. And we happen to amass at least a bunch of you to enjoy this content with me. And it's funny. I was supposed to quit the very first time I played Airsoft. But here we are. Quitting for a different reason. But again, thanks guys. So much for everything. All good things come to an end. Or one era. The end of one era, the start of another. And it's time to start the next chapter. So, after this video comes out, things will be operating kind of normally. It's going to be really weird. It's going to be like a phantom is running the account, I guess. But until then, thank you guys so much. It's been a ride. And I hope to see you again, either whether it be in Japan or overseas somewhere. And yeah, thank you so much. Goodbye for now.